What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another absolute beautiful day. This is one of my favorite types of day. Look at how lush and green everything is. There's supposed to be thunderstorms coming in, but I'm gonna walk this trail real quick and you guys get to come with me, so smash that thumbs up button and let's get to it. Check out this road. Absolutely beautiful. There's actually a lake on the other side of this, and it's been raining all day. And this is one of the hardest state parks to find because this is it. I've driven by it a couple of times and have never really seen anybody else parked here. Oh, let me show you the sign I just saw. Oh, I gotta go through these bush. Ah! The bugs are out and about. It is super humid, but look at that. It says state park lands, no hunting, trapping, or possessing of firearms. We're not going to talk about that one. Camping, fires, and swimming allowed only in designated areas. So I'm hoping I'm going to find types of camping and firing areas and maybe swimming areas to check out. This is a beautiful, beautiful area. Like I was saying, I've never seen this open. We've driven by maybe 3 or 4 times. Oh my goodness, how did I almost miss this? An entire field of ferns. Ferns. I love ferns. The prehistoric plant that I'm sure the dinosaurs ate that made them all big and huge. Gotta be extra careful. This is new territory that I'm not familiar with. I don't believe there's many venomous creatures, poisonous creatures, but we're still gonna be extra careful. And there we are, we're in Selkirk Shores, and this is a state park here. And I'm really excited to explore this because there was not any really good pictures online. And as I was coming in, oh, here's another one of those little, it's like a tree leaf and a acorn, I don't know, pine cone maybe. As I was pulling in, this was the first time I've seen another car that was parked there. But not only that, their dog, which was off leash. I don't know leash laws around here, but they were like way back here and the dog was way over there, and they thought I was stopping to check on the dog, which I kind of was. But since they were coming, I decided to ask them if this was the entrance to the state park, and they were super duper confused why I was even talking to them. They were trying to shout at me, he's okay, he's with us. And I was like, I know, I'm just trying to find the entrance to the state park. And the lady was like, the boat landing? It's like, no, I don't have a boat attached to my car, ma'am. I'm just trying to find this state park because I've driven by several times, could not find it, but here it is. Wow. That is magnificent. Huge trees. Oh. Ooh, that is some fresh air. I just want to see what's at the end of it, or where it even is. Because we were looking for a place for the kids to play, which isn't too far from the campground we're staying at. This is so gorgeous. Look at these ferns. Oh my goodness. This is where I'm at peace. YouTube has given me a lot of problems lately, but doing stuff like this really puts me at peace. Makes me forget about all that stuff. Even though I'm literally filming a video for YouTube, I'm not thinking about YouTube. YouTube is out of my mind. Too much stuff going on YouTube. Too much stuff going on in the world. Just want to ignore for a minute. And that's why you guys get to come with me, get to ignore all of this craziness with me. Okay, I hear rushing water, or at least what I think might be rushing water. It could be the wind in the trees, which is, wow. It is a beautiful day. It's supposed to thunderstorm. I'm trying to get this done. Just wanted to get out and do something. We've been trapped in the RV for a couple of days. Luckily, we have friends nearby. But they're very busy people. They do a lot of stuff. So they're rarely ever at their RV. And of course, I'm filming this on a Sunday, so we just went through the weekend. And we had weekenders come in, this is one of our first experience with weekend. Wow, it just got really hot. Oh, and there's multiple trails, which I love, but there's a map right here. We're gonna check out the map. And then I'll talk about the weekenders. It's one of our first experiences with weekenders. Okay, so here we are. Selkirk Shores State Park up in Pulaski, New York. And wow, if this is all the stuff they have, this is a huge state park with a lot of stuff, but where am I located at this very moment? That is a great question. I don't even know what road I came in. And there is just trails galore. Huh. Okay, I see camping, I see a shelter. I see Grindstone Creek, which looks really cool. I think, okay, so this is where I came in, right here. Pine Pine Grove Road, and I'm gonna guess I'm on 52C, if that's even the right one. Yes, the yellow. Ah, so that's what that means. Okay, look at that. There's a fox, red fox. What else do they have? They have all the pine trees, the blue pine trees. Okay, so maybe I'm right here, because it looks like there's a split, and that definitely goes that way, but it could stop and turn into 52C this way. Oh, so this is just a bunch of big loops and trails, stuff like that. But I would actually like to go see this. So I think, if I'm right here, I think I need to go that way, where it says no snowmobiles on ski trail. There's a ski trail here. That's absolutely awesome. These trails are all relatively short for the most part. 52C, which I'm on right now, is only 2.5, which I've done that in the dark. Is there anything up there? Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff up there. But anyways, we're gonna continue on this way. And Friday, I believe most of the weekenders come in. And it's really neat to see a bunch of people who don't live the lifestyle. And I don't even feel like I truly lived the lifestyle yet. It's only been 9 months or so since we started. We started back in October of 2023, and it's now middle of June 2024. So we're going strong though. We love it, absolutely love it. I fell in love with it within the first month of doing it. It was like I found my calling, and it's something that I really wanted to do and explore as much of. And now we've been to Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North and South Carolina, and now we're in New York with plans to go up to Maine and then come back down and do Pennsylvania and Vermont and New Hampshire and Connecticut and Maryland and all these beautiful states that I've never experienced before. The whole East Coast, for the most part, I've never truly experienced. So I'm really excited to do that. This is so beautiful. And I could just yammer on the whole way. Oh wow, look at this rock trail. I love it. You could film epic movies in here. As somebody with a certificate in media broadcasting, I should be able to film epic movies in here. Got too much going on though. Okay, back to the weekenders. They're rude. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. So rude. Like, I know this is it's a shared space, but it seems like they don't understand that this is a shared space. And none of their kids were friendly. The whole pool was packed, which was great. There's a little, this is what Evelyn will call a hamster kitty. A little chipmunk. One of my favorite creatures on earth, next to the trash panda. But yeah, it was super strange. And like, our kids are very outgoing, very friendly. They have to be. They have to make friends everywhere they go, or else they're not going to have any friends. And we were realizing that people whose kids go to school, it becomes like a clique thing with them. Which I remember this as a kid as well. You know, the new kid was always the weird kid to most people. Not to me. I was always very friendly. Talk to anybody, talk to everybody. I was the one that like stood up for those kids and stuff like that. And I loved doing it. So it's funny to see Jackson literally walk up to anybody who seems like they might be friendly, and just watching their expression, like, who is this person talking to me? Why are they in my space? Like, that's literally, seen it too many times over the last weekend. Like, he was bouncing between so many different groups of kids. And of course, they have balls and toys and stuff like that, and we do too. But it's not fun if you don't have somebody else to play with. And I can only play so much. I get tired really quick. So, of course, Jackson, with his unlimited energy, will bounce from person to person. And it's just so sad to see the joy in his face when a new person comes and he runs up to them, giving them a decent bit of personal space. Not like in their face, but he'll get close enough to ask them, hi, would you like to play? And just to see them like freeze in fear, like a deer in the headlights. Like, why is this happening to me? And it just really makes me concerned, because none of the parents would be like, oh yeah, go play with them. Like, they would kind of like just let their kid interact without any guidance, which, I don't know, super strange. And it made me think about homeschooled kids, because when I was growing up, we always thought the homeschooled kids, well, I shouldn't say we almost thought, it was one of those stigmas that homeschool kids were strange. They didn't have any personal skills. But now that I have homeschooled kids, and Jackson has gone to school before, but Evelyn and Yasmin have not, and they are two of the most friendliest little girls I've ever seen, I'm coming to realize that it's the homeschooled kids who are not socially awkward. It's the people who go to school, who become clicked up and become in their little groups, and they create them and us types. And I've never taught any of my kids that. There's no them and us. It's all of us. We're all in this together. This is one shared planet, and things would be so much better if people could start seeing it that way, that this is not mine, it's ours. We have to work together to share it. Like this doesn't belong to anybody. This belongs to everybody. And it's beautiful that I get to share this with you guys. And that's one of my favorite things to do. That is one crazy cool, creepy tree. Oh wow, look at the size of that woodpecker hole. Hole in a tree. I can't get up there though. These mosquitoes are absolutely nuts right now. This huge storm must have just awoken them, and they're all just coming out in mass numbers. And it's so crazy that the more north we get, the more bugs we're dealing with. But I understand it's because it's becoming summertime, or it is summertime, just about. But when we were in Florida, there was almost no bugs. Florida in the wintertime, I've said it before, I'll say it a million more times. It is paradise. If you've never experienced Florida in November, December, January, February, and even into March and April, I highly suggest you check it out. Wow. I'm in awe. This is so beautiful. This is what I love. This wet, moist, rich, lush green. I love the wet looking trees. This is too beautiful. So just a little rant, getting some stuff off my chest. Just want to heal the world. How do you make this a better place? Love. Love is the only way. People always want to think you got to fight fire with fire. You're just going to create more fire. How do you not understand that? You got to fight hate with love. And if you love hard enough, it will defeat the hate. Or hopefully extinguish it, at the very least. Put it to rest. Yes, I am looking for animals. Haven't seen a single one except for that hamster kitten and these mosquitoes, which I used to carry around a bottle of off and stuff like that. Took it down to Florida thinking that's where I'd need it. Didn't think I'd need it here in New York. And I honestly didn't know New York had stuff like this. You know, when you think of New York, most of the time you think of the city, you think of Long Island, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx. Did you know New York has mountains? Has some really beautiful mountain ranges. I did not know that because they don't teach you that anywhere. I've honestly never even seen travel shows where people go into the not so city New York. Whenever anybody comes to New York, they always go to the city. And I'm the type of person who wants to see more of this stuff. Of course, I love seeing the city life. I love seeing the cool places you can go. Central Park, the beautiful restaurants, of course, where all the rich and famous go. But this, I have this all to myself right now. It is a Sunday, which I don't know, I think there should be a lot of people here right now. Maybe they don't like the weather. There is a storm coming, so I tried to get here before the storm. All the weekenders have pretty much cleared out the campsite, which was filled again. I should have filmed it, but too busy doing other stuff. Is now completely empty again. People are packing up and leaving. Most of them already left this morning, which is crazy to me because they're up until 4 in the morning drinking and partying and playing their music and singing and doing all kinds of cool stuff, which I love. I love hearing that entertainment because it's been a while since we've heard and seen stuff like that. Okay, let's see where we are. Buck Alley Trail. It's only 0.2 miles. You can bike. Oh, which I wish I would have brought my KBO. Would have been great for this trail. And you can ski apparently when it's snowing, and I guess you can walk in your paddles right there if you have them. And it is great to keep a stick. Definitely wish I had a fly swatter, one of those electric ones. And that's funny too because the place that we're at, there's a lot of permanent homes, Squoil, and they only come for the weekend. This is like a wonderful park to own in the summertime, and it does close during the winter time, which we forgot, or at least I forgot. I was talking to the honey the other day about how, you know, we do this full time and we forget, because we went straight to Florida. We went from Ohio once it started getting really cold and my pipes froze a couple of times on the RV, the hoses. We went straight to Florida, didn't stop except for to get gas. And we forgot just how places like this will close in the wintertime, because the park that we were actually at, that we stayed at in Ohio until it got too cold, they technically closed to the majority of people, but there were still spots where people paid for that they lived there seasonally, and then they usually move on in the springtime. So it's like a nice place to hunker down for the winter. You know, you winterize your RV, you hunker down. There's limited water, and it's pretty cool because that camp would actually come out in November, I believe. Maybe it was the end of October, because that's when we were there, and they actually put heating elements on the water. Oh, this is a service road. Is this whole thing a service road, or just that? I think just that. But I see some big trucks. I see maybe a house. I thought I was going the right way to the creek. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably running parallel to the road that I came in on. So we'll see. It looks like there's a gate up here. Oh, there's camping back here. Oh, cool. I don't know if I was supposed to run into the camp, but I did. Maybe I didn't follow that map right. I didn't do Boy Scouts as a kid as much as I would have loved to have done that. I did more or less stuff on my own, but it would have been really cool to be a Boy Scout and learn all that stuff. And it's cool because a lot of the people that come camping are Boy Scouts or in the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, and it's cool to hear them talk about their experiences, especially with Jackson, who of course would love to do that. And we are looking into it because people have told us there are some that you can do while on the road. It's just we have to be more a part of it than them going to a troop and stuff like that. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if we can find the campground, which is right there, I believe. So I was supposed to keep... There's no way I didn't keep going on that same trail. There's no way. I'm so confused right now. How did this happen? These mosquitoes are killing me. All right, I'm gonna have to shut this off and regroup. All right, so after conferring with the map a little bit more, I still don't know where I'm at. I thought I was still on that 52C tree pine cone trail, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. So I am heading back. I'm gonna go see if I can get to that other map, and then maybe from there, take a different trail. Got my Super Dad shirt on. The honey actually made this for me a long time ago, and I rarely ever wear it, which is weird. It just doesn't make it into my rotation of outfits. But today I decided to put it on. Man, oh man, even with that campground right there, you would think this would be filled. But I think they're satisfied with just being in nature. You know, just being next to it and stuff like that, camping in it. This is so beautiful. Like, if I was a kid, which I am still a kid in some aspects, like, I would love to just go frolic through all of this. Like, get lost in these woods and try to find some cool stuff, because you know there's got to be some fairy garden or something out there. Like, this is too cool. Like, I love how it's like empty, because this is one of the things that I used to love as a kid in Ohio. The grass doesn't really grow in between the trees because the canopy is too thick. The sunlight doesn't really make it down here, so it gives this illusion of like the dark forest, and it makes me think always of like Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest and the Haunted Forest and stuff like that. And I would love to find those areas where people are just hiding out. And I'm not sure if it's raining or if the trees are just peeing on me, but something's happening right now. But luckily I'm covered under so many trees that I'm barely feeling it, but you can hear it, I think, if I can slam my trapper shut for a second. What a beautiful sound. Okay. And I looked at this last time and I completely ignored that there's an arrow right there pointing that way. And yes, this is still that trail. So how strange. And I wonder where this trail leads. So might as well. Let's get lost. It's one of those days where I set a crock pot and I just forget about, you know, worrying about what's for dinner, because it'll be there when we're done. Hopefully the honey and kids are done doing what they're due by the time are done doing what they're due are done doing what they are doing by the time I'm done. I like this. I like this little green. Like, that is too cool. There has to be some magic in these woods, and I'm gonna find it. And I'd love to share it with Jackson. He's obsessed with magic right now. Harry Potter world. Everywhere he goes, I bought him I bought him a bunch of Harry Potter books, but there's one, it's like all the spells and stuff like that. And he's always, like, he memorized the book. The kid is a genius. And he's always doing different spells on different things. Like, if he comes to a locked door, he'll try to unlock it with one of the unlock spells. I think, I don't remember it at this moment, but it might be Alohomora, something like that. I feel like that's how you turn on lights. Ooh, look at that! We have giant beaver in the area. Oh man, I'd love to run into a giant beaver. Nothing beats a giant beaver, that's for sure. All those beautiful turkey tail mushrooms. And this area right here, like, if I'm not walking into a magical land of Narnia right now, I don't know where I'm at. Like, how do these trees keep growing so big? Like, are they dead? Are they alive? Where's all your needles? Where's all your leaves? Oh, here they are. Found them. Mystery solved. And who's breaking this stuff? Bigfoots? There's got to be feets that are big in here. Oh, I thought I just saw a deer, but look at that. It's just the way the... Look at that. Somebody had to have built that. That literally looks like a little deer right there. How wild. And now the rain is definitely coming down a lot harder. And I don't think this trail will lead me back to my vehicle, but I'm getting back underneath this canopy, and what a beautiful day. I saw a whole family. Oh man, I nearly burst out into tears. A whole family of trash pandas run right out in front of me as I was driving, and I sped up. Nearly missed them. Oh, they're so cute. Literally the whole family just came running out, which was weird because there was a car literally right in front of me. And there was barely enough space for them to get between us. But they still took the chance. They took that risk. They saw me coming. They knew I loved trash pandas. And they decided, this is our time, boys. I wish I could have cuddled every single one of them. There's like 6 in that little troop. Which I think... Oh, somebody in the comments has to help me out with this. I know I could easily just Google search it, but then I'd have to shut my camera off to do that. What is a group of trash pandas called? I feel like it's called a racket, but I don't know about that. Hopefully this rain will help with the skeeters. I don't want to be the first documented case of anything anywhere. Oh, that's nice. So this is where the parking lot is at. Okay. Okay, I get it now. It's a nice log. Perfectly cut. I didn't know Bigfoots could use tools. No frogs, which I think is weird. Have seen lots of frogs at the campground that we're at, but no frogs here. Well, I guess there's not really... There's water somewhere, and not just falling from the sky. There's water somewhere in this area. I just don't know how to get to it because I don't know how to follow a map properly. What a beautiful day. I love it when the sun is shining. We chased the sun. It's literally what we did, and I never felt more alive than I have this past winter. I do suffer from SAD, or seasonal adverse depression, whatever it really is. And I did not feel it this year, and I know it's because change in lifestyle and a change in perspective, because what a beautiful outlook on life. Oh look, there's another trail that goes that way. There's a trail that goes this way. But, oh, is this the red fox? Is that a red fox? Yeah! There's a red fox. I'm coming, sweet Elizabeth. Hold on, I gotta do this right for you guys, for you older folk who might recognize it. Elizabeth! I'm coming, Elizabeth! Ah, it's not my best impression. I used to do it much better. My throat's hurting. Been shouting all morning. Like, hey, get them kids off my land. Stuff like that. All right. Check this out. We're looking at Buck Alley. That's where we are. This is the Gray Trail. There's Blue Forest Trail, which I don't know because that says just Forest Trail, but that has to be it, the Blue Forest Trail. That has to be Blue Forest Trail. Yeah, I can see the Blue Forest. Look, I'll give you guys a closer look. Come on. There you go. See the little Blue Forest area over there. And I don't know what's happening right now, but there must be something just in my eyeballs because mosquitoes are just flying in my eyes at this moment. Can't even sit there and focus. And now I'm definitely wandering off into the... I need to go check that map again before I get lost. I know I have you guys with me, but if I don't read the comments, it's only a little bit of help. Ah, my eye! That one went right in. All right, Blue Forest is 1 mile. Okay, so I think where I might be at. Okay, look, that has to be where I'm at. The triangle of trails right there, because that's Blue Forest, that's Red Fox, that's Buck Alley. That has to be it. So if I go up Red Fox, which should be that way, I should end up back on the Yellow Acorn, which what is it really called? Pine Grove Trail. And that'll take me back to my vehicle, which I know I parked right here. And look, that's the Salmon River. I think I already showed you guys that in the beginning. I mean, that could have been the water that I should have just found. Like, why did I even bother trying to come here? But now that I know where I'm at, so wait, where that campground has to be right there, but I literally walked almost up to it. That doesn't make any sense. If I came from right here and I did all this, that doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused. Whoever made this map, I don't think you did it right. Either that or I'm really terrible at reading a map. But let's go ahead and go up Red Fox. And the whole time we go up here, we're going to be talking like Red Fox. I can't remember. I used to watch that show a little bit. Sanford and Son. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Sanford and Son. It might be Sons. I'm pretty sure it was just Son. He only had one from what I remember. And I used to watch that show with my grandma in the early 90s. And I was born in 1990. So those memories are slightly fuzzy, but obviously I remembered, you know, one of the pivotal lines of that show. I'm coming, sweet Elizabeth. Oh, but I'm supposed to be talking like this. Already forgot. That's how shady my memory is. Wow, look at that tree. That's a nice tree. Stupid looking tree. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that tree. Why, that looks like a nice tree. Why'd they cut down this nice tree? Dang folk around here thinking they know what's best for the woods. Let the woods grow. That's what they do. Trees grow. Let them grow. Let them grow. I might be coming soon, sweet Elizabeth. I'm stomping for some reason. I don't know why I'm taking on a whole persona of a Red Fox. Somebody out there is listening to this. Somebody out there is listening to this and like, who is this weirdo? It's me. It's me, Red Fox. That's who. You come over here, I'll punch you in the nose. And no, the mosquitoes have not slowed down. They must be like keeping up with me. I'm like making them run a marathon. The equivalent of they're flying a marathon behind me trying to catch me because I am walking rather fast. I'm sure somebody out there is feeling motion sickness from how shaky my camera work is. This is too beautiful. And as much as I love doing stuff like this with the family, it's hard to do trails like this, especially deep in the woods. Like I could do it with maybe Jackson and Evelyn, but Yazzie gets tired real fast. The honey has the baby, and if she's not carrying him in the Tush Baby, which is a wonderful invention, whoever invented Tush Baby, thank you. We do have a stroller that's not great for this type of stuff. I wish we had a jogger, but those are rather expensive. Very, very expensive. The stroller that we have, she actually got off TikTok. If you didn't know, she has a TikTok. Check the description below, where she does a lot of TikTok shop stuff. And they sent her a sample of this stroller that's like 13 pounds and is absolutely wonderful. It folds and unfolds with just a flick of a wrist. Seriously, if you have anybody that has kids, babies, and they hate their stroller because they're all clunky and heavy and they don't fold up right, check out our TikTok. Seriously, check it out in the description below. You'll find it. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful invention. And they just came out with an upgraded model that has a basket for your groceries. So you don't have to have a cart anymore. It literally has a giant basket that can hold a plethora of weight. Let me tell you, I had to pick this thing up. It was absolutely huge and heavy. But I did it. I managed. Because here in New York, we're finding out bags cost money. Which I understand. Thank goodness they're thinking environmental friendliness, but from all of the locals that we've ran into, they absolutely hate it because they've done so many different types of programs to try and get things, you know, environmentally friendly, get people to recycle more, but all it does is end up costing them more money. And if you did not know, you're about to know, coming to New York, if you buy a can, they charge you an extra 5 cents, and this is how they scam you, because 100% it is a scam. I will take this to my grave. It is a scam. They've always had, for as long as I can remember, on cans of recycling, New York has always given you a nickel if you return the can to one of those departments. I've never seen them until the other day. And the only reason I know that it never worked is because of a Seinfeld episode, which hopefully there's some Seinfeld fanatics out there that know what I'm talking about, where Newman has the bright idea to take cans, collect cans, and to put them in this recycling thing and get the money off of them. And Kramer tells him that he's tried it before. He's tried it every which way, and it does not pan out. You cannot make a profit doing it until Newman finally decides, hey, let's go up to Michigan where they give you 10 cents a can. But not only that, because Kramer tells him you'll blow your profit margin on gas alone. Well, Newman tells him, I'm a mailman, let's use the mail truck. Bada bing, bada boom. They figured out how to make a great profit. So him and Kramer set off on this trail with thousands of cans, and they're going to make a hefty penny. I think that's the proper way to say it. They're going to make a big fat penny on this endeavor that they're going on. And at the same time, Jerry's car was just stolen by his mechanic, Tony. I have a very vague memory of this episode. And while they're driving to Michigan, Kramer spots Jerry's car and Tony in it. And Jerry puts him on the mission. This is when car phones were a thing. Jerry puts him on the mission to follow that car. And he does. And Newman's freaking out, like, it's going to blow our profit margins. This is out of our way. And they end up in like a rural area where there's fields and stuff. And to keep up with the car, they have to lose weight. And Kramer has the bright idea to dump the cans, which they do against Newman's wishes. And they still could not pick up speed. So Kramer eventually boots Newman out of his own mail truck. So now there's no more money, no more cans, no more profit, no more going and doing this cool mission. Kramer's on another mission. And then in the back seat of Jerry's car as well are JFK's, yes, President JFK's golf clubs, which Elaine won in an auction against Sue Ellen Mitschke. Yes, that's right, the heiress to the chocolate foundation of something. And it was pretty funny. And Tony ends up throwing the golf clubs at Kramer because he notices that he's being followed, damaging all these beautiful golf clubs, which actually belong to her boss, Jay Peterman. And when she finally, like, Kramer collects them, he collects all the golf clubs that were thrown at him, and he brings them back to Elaine, who gives them to Peterman. And he holds one up, and it's broken in half and bent, and he looks at it and he goes, wow, I had no clue that JFK had such an anger problem, or something like that. Absolutely hilarious. That whole episode is absolutely hilarious. And Newman ends up sleeping with some farmer's daughter, which was, how does he do it? Wayne Knight, the White Knight, he knows what he's doing. But this trail, what was I even talking about? Talking about Red Fox. Oh, okay, we were talking about the scam of cans and how they charge you here a nickel for every can you buy. So if you actually turn them in, you're breaking even. You're not making any profit. But if you collect a can off the floor and you turn it in, yes, you make a nickel. But some of these places, which, come back to me, I need you guys to look at me for this. There's a place called Wegmans here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful supermarket. One of the nicest ones I've ever been. But there are comparables to it, such as, people keep saying it's like Whole Foods, but to me, there was actually a Giant Eagle supermarket. It was like an upgraded, upscaled supermarket. Fancy dancy, let's just say that. Had super restaurants in there. Really cool food. All right, let's see. Finally made it back. Pretty sure, yes, I remember that sign. I remember you, sir. No snowmobiles on the ski trail, which means I need to go this way. Uh-oh, not that way, right? Not that way? Oh no, there's an arrow pointing that way. Oh no, oh no. Which way do I go? Oh wait, no, this has to be it. There's a sign right there. Let me see if there's any signs on these trees. I think it still says 52C, right? But I don't see any pine cones. Secondary? Okay, so that's the secondary trail. All right, back to what I was saying about the scam of cans. Wegmans is the first place that I've seen that has these bottle returns, and they're really cool. I should have filmed them. Maybe we'll go back and I will film them, because it's not like what I expected. I expected you go to like the recycling plant or something like that and you turn in these cans. No, it's literally an automated machine that you just feed the can into and it spits out money. But here's another catch to this. You can only do $12 worth of cans at a time. Now there was like 6 machines there, so I don't know. I don't think there's any rules or regulations on how many. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure that's the entrance and I don't see the car. There's no way. If I got towed, I'm going to be very upset. There's no way. No way. Oh, thank God I see it. Wow, that had me for a few seconds there. I parked really far over to the left, technically on the right because I came from this way, but cars over there. Wow, that was close. I should have drawn that out. That was some good drama right there. Wow, my heart is literally thumping. Like, wow, they took my car and I don't even know who to call. I don't have a ride back. Well, I mean, I'd call the honey, but we have the truck. But besides for that, going back to this scam of a can, yes, here in New York, they charge you a nickel per can you buy. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't tested this out yet, if you buy a 12-pack or something like that, they charge you for that as well, per can. So it's not really a benefit to you to come here to drink. I wouldn't do it. Don't buy drinks from the grocery store. But if you want to collect cans, hey, more than happy to support you in that, because you're going to be helping cleaning up the environment, which there are lots of cans. And the cool thing is that the campground that I'm at, when the weekenders leave, a lot of them do recycle, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are local. They live only a few hours away, so they know. So what they'll do is they'll pack their cans up or their bottles and they'll put them in a plastic bag and they'll leave them at the dump site. And I'm pretty sure the guys that work there collect all that stuff and scrap it, which good for them. I think they're making extra money doing that. But I don't know. I think it's supposed to be for the veterans or something like that. There's signs all over the place. It says, please leave the cans and bottles for the veterans. Thank goodness that car is there. Wow, that literally had me. My heart is still thumping. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. What a beautiful stroll. Thank you for coming with me, you stupid dummies. And I love you all. And remember, life's a lot more fun. Oh, me, Elizabeth, I'm coming when you're taking a risk.